All right, it looks like it's just about that time. So just a few housekeeping items. Everyone is muted and your video is disabled. The Q&A and the chat will be on during the entire webinar, so feel free to submit any questions you have. And then we'll also be recording this webinar so that we can share it with everyone who registered in our follow-up email. So Jenna, let's go ahead and share our video so everyone can see us. All right, looks like I'm the delayed one here. There we go. Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. I can see that you're in Mortar headquarters. Must be nice to be out of the house.
It is. It's nice to actually be in the office for, at least for a little while and get to see, all the great things that are happening here.
Good. Well, as you can see, I'm at a restaurant. No, I'm just kidding. This is just a background. So, well, just quick introductions, everyone. I'm Lindsey Rogers. I'm Mortar's community manager, and I'm also a customer success manager here as well. So I bring a perspective coming from those that work directly with our subscribers. And then we're also joined with Jenna Overland. She is one of our account executives here at Mortar.
Yes, I'm very excited to be here and to show you guys all of the great resources and digital opportunities that Mortar has to provide.
Great, thank you. So just a quick intro. So just thank you so much, everyone, for joining our webinar today. Jen and I are so excited to share with you why Mortar is the top digital platform to help you grow your pipeline online. So, and we'll help you learn how to get in front of architects, designers, decision makers, all within that commercial construction and design industry. So, and also too, as a thank you for attending, we have a special offer available for everyone who registered for the webinar. So make sure to stick around until the end, and then we'll go ahead and chat through that.
Yeah, you won't want to miss it. It's pretty great.
So I'm going to go ahead and head back to, stop sharing our videos and head back to our slides. There we go. All right. So here we go. Jenna, if you want to kick us off with a little Mortar intro.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to kind of give you guys just a little bit of a background of, how Mortar got started and when it got started. Mortar as a site went live in May of 2018. It was started by two women who are in the commercial interior design industry. They kept doing lots of searches online, Google searches, Pinterest searches, and they always came up empty-handed. They led to rabbit hole searches. And so instead, they decided there had to have been a better way. So they decided to build it. They did a lot of research, talked to other professionals in the industry, and it turned out it was a common problem that everybody was facing. And so they also did some other additional research, and according to Google, every single month there are over 5 million searches for commercial projects, products, and professionals, all of which can be showcased here on Mortar. So the largest user group, so Mortar has a large user group as well as a large searchers, and then we also have a large showcasers and then users. So the people that showcase their products and their projects here on Mortar are architects, brands and manufacturers, contractors, designers, and engineers. And then we have a large group of searchers, but the most common, the top three searchers are designers, architects, and then the project owners. They are coming to Mortar to look for all of the inspiration, to look for brands to partner with on their next project, and just to find out what the latest and greatest trends are in the industry. So
that's great, thank you. And I love that you gave a little bit of background about Mortar, because I have to say, if you can't find it, you just have to build it yourself, right?
Exactly. You find a problem, you need to find a solution, and that's exactly what they did.
Yes, they did. All right, thank you for sharing that. Let's go on to our next.
Yeah, so another great way is how Mortar is bringing an audience to our site through a lot of various different online channels, and including like other events. And one great thing that we have done is we have created a partnership with many different organizations. On the screen you can see this is a sampling of a couple of the organizations that we have created. Just because as you can see, we have options on here, looking for sustainability. We had users that are coming to our site looking for samples. You can download a BIM file on our site. All of these things get inspiration for your next project. It's just a really great, well-rounded experience that we can provide you with all of these resources. I mean, within 3 simple clicks, you could be ordering a sample for a product you see on our site, or get some great inspiration on your next, hotel project that you may be working on. And all of these organizations have come to Mortar to get the full, well-rounded experience that we provide.
Mhm. And it was just with these are just a few of the partnerships that Mortar has put together or created over the past year. So this is just some of the ways that we're driving that traffic, to the platform, but also to, International Living Future Institute, for instance, that's the sustainability portion, and that's actually a new feature that Mortar's incorporated to the site.
Yeah, it's a really great feature that allows our users to find out, when they need those sustainability features for their next project, that they can actually simply come to Mortar to find them.
So really, with these partnerships in Mortar, it gives that well-rounded experience here on the Mortar website.
Definitely.
Great, thank you. Okay. So Mortar, your marketing. So just a few stats we wanted to put on here just to kind of share with you the importance of digital marketing is 85% of that sales process is over before anyone even speaks to a sales rep. 68% of vetting and sourcing is done online. And, just having a website and your few social channels isn't truly enough. Your digital marketing efforts are primarily reaching those that you already know. So we always make jokes about like the Mortar moms, for instance. So, you have a website, you have your social pages, and when you're posting things, who's typically out there liking your stuff? It's the people that love you, the people that you have relationships with, the moms and the family members. So, digital marketing is it's not coming, it's actually here right now. So, and Jenna, just going over these, I thought this would be a great time just to kind of ask you so in your role as sales executive, what is it that you typically hear when it comes to digital marketing or a platform like this?
Yeah. So one of the common pain points that a lot of people are mentioning is the traditional marketing methods. They used to work, but they're just not working as well as they used to. Just because, with the way our world is evolving, the current situation that's happening right now with everybody working remotely at home, and we're no longer able to have like your typical trade shows or events or anything like that. And so they need to find a better way to get a better way to come up with getting in front of those people.
Mhm.
Times have changed, and then your basic social medias, you got to update those on a regular basis, and a lot of times a lot of organizations don't have the bandwidth to keep up with content and the time it takes to do all those things.
Mhm.
And so they need to, you need to embrace, the digital marketing world, but you also need to find the right channels to do it that's going to get your best return on the time and money that you spend on them. And Mortar gives you that opportunity, because at Mortar, we provide you with a pure commercial audience. Everything on our site is, purely commercial. We don't do anything with residential. It just really brings a dedicated audience that a lot of brands and manufacturers and professionals want to get in front of. Because we're not just your typical run-of-the-mill, not everybody is going to find you. It is a dedicated audience, which is what's so wonderful, is because when you use a typical social media channels, you never really know who you're reaching. You may reach somebody who is looking for a residential project, you guys only do commercial, or you may reach somebody that is just wants to do an 18 square foot bathroom, when that really isn't your niche market. You want to get in front of those large commercial projects, because that's where you're going to get your return. That's where you're really going to see growth for your organization. And
Yep.
so Mortar provides that.
Yep, that's definitely right. Mortar provides just that audience that you're not already reaching. It helps to expand your message. That's the benefit of a platform like Mortar. And,
Ab-
I thought we could touch on too that, there are new decision makers out there now. So I read somewhere recently that the baby boomer generation, I mean, they're retiring now at such a fast rate that new decision makers are stepping in. And these new decision makers, they grew up with an online, with having online so readily available to them. So, I mentioned before that 68% of vetting and sourcing is done online. No, I have to tell you, it's, not for just commercial construction and design. It's these new decision makers, they're vetting everything they do online before they even, reach out and contact somebody. I mean, it, it's definitely, having a platform like Mortar is such a resource to help just expand that and to get you in front of this audience, so they can see what you do, and then they can know information about you, check out your website, and then also be able to reach out to you at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're exactly right, Lindsay. I mean, the traditional method of word of mouth or, people who have worked together for many years, that's just, it's just not the way that things are happening anymore. They always have the joke of my grandpa and your grandpa used to play golf together many years ago, and then they've always just done business that way. Well, those times have changed. There's a different era and there's a different way of, sourcing and finding products and professionals to work with.
Yep. And we always say too, or at least I hear this quite a bit, is you need to meet your audience where they are.
Yes.
So even though you may feel that you're at a certain point, you need to look at the audience that you're trying to reach and really meet them at that level, so that there's nothing coming in between them finding you, learning about you, and then contacting you.
Absolutely. And that's what's great about Mortar is that we have the designers, we have the architects, and we have the decision maker. And all of those people are using mortar.com. So it's just a great resource so you can get in front of all of those people that you want to get in front of for all of your projects.
Yeah. So, and then I wanted to, so what else do you hear, in your role? Do you hear any other pain points that people, bring up to you?
Yeah, I mean, another common thing is, as you know, this is 2020 has been quite the year. I mean, all the trade shows are canceled, showrooms are closed, one-on-one meetings and events, all of that stuff has been canceled. And so people need to find another way to get in front of customers, especially new customers, to continuously grow the pipeline so that it doesn't dry up. And so Mortar provides you with a lot of really great opportunities to get in front of those people. And so, I mean, things are just, as the world changes, as digital marketing is the future. It's here, it's always been here, and now people are embracing it even more. And it's going to continue that way, well into the future. And it is forever evolving and really going, above and beyond. And Mortar is definitely that company that is going to take you to the next level, to make sure you're getting in front of those people, to make sure that you are not just a forgotten company, that people know that you're still here, you're still in front of them, and you want to provide business with them.
Right. And when you think about, the different events that, I mean, even here at Mortar, we used to attend trade shows, a variety of different events, with this like rough year we've all been through specifically, that's been canceled. So, it's having a platform like Mortar is not just, oh, that week-long trade show, that quick event that you had to travel to. This is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year. So, this is just a platform that can keep you readily available and meet your customers or your potential customers in that audience where they're at.
Absolutely. That is a great point to make, is because we do provide all of those great resources to our subscribers.
Mhm. So great.
And also everything on Mortar, when you go to those trade shows, I mean, yeah, you may walk out there with a handful of leads and, you've seen people walk past your booth. With Mortar, we can provide you with very similar, measurable results. We can tell you, how many impressions you received, how many profile views you've received, and all of that information is provided to you from Mortar, with your subscription.
Yep, with a paid subscription it is. And one thing I wanted to make sure to touch on too is, attending those events, trade shows, they're costly. You have to set them all up yourself. And here on Mortar with a paid subscription, you actually get a friendly customer success manager. And you can't see me, but I'm raising my hand because I'm one of them myself. And we actually do all of that work for you. We truly do, do the legwork behind your profile and really ensure that it's getting as much visibility as possible. So I just wanted to make sure to touch on that too, because we're pretty much, this customer success team, we're an extension of your team. How can we help to do this and take one more thing off of your to-do list?
Absolutely, Lindsay. And another great thing that service that you guys provide is you help make sure that the various companies on our site are meeting their other marketing goals. So if they're really, their goals are to, increase their business in the hospitality industry or to really get seen for, corporate office design, you guys can actually help them make sure that they're achieving those goals at the same time, make sure that they are meeting their key performance indicators too.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up because I think that's a great segue. Because I wanted to talk about, one of the pain points that I hear frequently too is somebody has a small marketing team or potentially no marketing team at all. And what Mortar is an extension of your small team or your marketing team in general. So that's what you can look at Mortar as, is you can get such a big impact for such, quite frankly, a small investment. So wanted to mention that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Great points.
Yeah. All right. Okay, let's go ahead. Go on
Yeah,
to,
let's show you what we're all here for, the Mortar website.
yep. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and share my web. All right. Is everyone able? Jenna, are you able to see mortar.com?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you.
Great.
This right here is the Mortar website. It is, it's where everything kind of the action begins. And this image right here on our front page here is provided by one of our subscribers, and it does change out regularly. This is a really great opportunity to get lots of impressions, lots of views, and for people to see your products and your projects.
Yeah.
So Lindsay, if you could now go to the inspiration tab on our site and
Yes.
maybe talk a little bit about that since you're the pro with that.
Definitely. So just so you know, mortar.com is free for users to browse, contact, and we do encourage users of mortar.com to set up a free personal profile. Now, remember, when I speak of users, that was that longer list of, the different professionals that Jenna went through earlier. Those are the end users. So a variety of designers, architects. We even have the decision makers, facility managers. Those are the users that we're talking about who will come back to the site, create that free personal profile so that they can actually start saving and being able to take advantage of different aspects of the Mortar site. So here under the inspiration tab, which I'd have to say is our most searched tab here on Mortar, this is where you can have, it's just a consistent roll of photos so that you can browse through and kind of check out what is on mortar.com and the different companies and products we have on here. I wanted to point out too that we do have filters to help you with or to help these end users with the searching of the site. So you can search by all these different sector, space, product type. And here we even have sustainability certifications as well. So you can easily search, for those products or those pros that kind of hit those different points. And I had just said too about creating that free personal profile for those end users. And when they do that, that's when they're able to like any of the photos that they see. They can share or they can save these directly into their personal profile. So we make it as easy as possible for somebody to be able to find that inspiration, save it in their profile, and be able to refer back to it later as well. So it's very easy to engage with these images and to be able to learn more about the companies that offer them.
Yeah, absolutely. And also I love the share feature because it really gives you an opportunity to, like, the architects can share with their customers. It's a really, really great collaboration tool. And you don't necessarily have to be on Mortar to be able to share it with somebody. If you're on Mortar, you can share it with somebody that's not on Mortar. So it's a really great collaboration tool in that sense.
Yes, it is.
So Lindsay, if you wouldn't mind clicking on an image.
Yeah, let's go ahead into one of these photos.
So is what's so great about Mortar and what really, helps drive everything to our site is when you look at full photo view, we tell you our subscribers provide us with all of these photos and they provide us with some general information about the project. And as you can see here, it has some great information about the project, what it was used to create it and bring it to life, other project contributors. So this is not only, it tells you about companies that helped create this project and to bring it to life. And then Lindsay, if you could click on that brand tag, these little dots right here are actually brand tags. And once it allows our users to actually expand it. And from there, it gives our users detailed information about the product. It tells you, what product was used, what the product is made of, all the great information that you want our users to know about is all provided right there. And also from this brand tag, you can actually order a sample. As you can see that Material Bank logo on there. And from clicking that button, our users then can go to your Material Bank profile and order a sample. They can actually download more product info. So that more product info tag actually takes our users to your site where they can find more information about this product and any other product you may offer that is similar to that. Otherwise, they can download a spec sheet. So they can download a spec sheet about this product as well. And that will take them directly to your site at the same time. And then we also have this great send a message feature. So this send a message feature allows our users to send an email to somebody you choose within your organization. And so it's a really great way for our users to get in touch with you with a simple click of a button. You can provide them with more information, get additional lead gen information, whatever it may be. It's just a really great way to make sure that our users are getting what they want and that you can find them at the same time.
Yeah, thank you for that. And then I wanted to point out too that we mentioned earlier that when you do random searches on Google, it truly is the rabbit hole in which Google is. And the reason why users can continuously come back to Mortar is because it's not just beautiful, but it's also useful information behind the image. So when you come here and you're doing a search, we're looking at a restaurant here, you're doing a restaurant search, you can actually find all the information within this project to be able to learn more about it, but also get the useful information that you need to maybe create this project yourself or find who installed it, different things like that.
Exactly. Great point. And that is exactly why we continuously get people to come back is we don't just show beautiful photos, we show them how everything kind of comes together.
Yeah. And I wanted to point out too, so I know we said it before, but all of the images that you see on Mortar and, specifically the image we're looking at now, these are all provided by the subscribers on the platform. And so we get all of these images and this content from them, but it is the customer success manager that is also an extension of your team who uploads this. So Townsend Leather Company, they gave us this image, but our team went ahead and uploaded this, came up with a description, made sure that this product information is all uploaded and looks the way that it does. And there's information on the back end that your CSM can do to make sure that you're getting as much visibility as possible. Different keywords, just different features that are on like the edit mode of this image that your CSM will actually fill in for you and kind of take that work off of your to-do list. So anything else you want to add to that, Jenna?
Yeah, why don't we click into their company profile to show you what a profile looks like on our site?
Yeah, go ahead into Townsend Leather. Here we go.
So just to kind of give you an idea of what a profile could look like, there is a lot of ways that we can customize your profile to fit your needs and your company needs. And there's a lot of great ways that we could do it. So this is just an example of one of them. So on the site, you've got, like, all of our users have a really great image, kind of an introductory image to get, capture attention. And then below that is a list of all of their projects. So our paid subscribers can upload as many photos and as many projects as they would like, just to really showcase all of their unique capabilities that they're able to do. And then as you continuously scroll down, you see this really great about section. This is a great opportunity for companies to really tell our users what they do and how they do it. So like, talk about all the great opportunities that you guys do, all of the great functionality of your product, all of the wonderful things and that sets your company apart from your competition. Just give our users a really great, introductory to who you guys are as a company. And then also, as you can see on the right side, we have a Let's Collaborate section there. So this allows our users to call you, visit your website, and then that message us feature again is just like that. That'll go to that email that you choose within your organization, just like on that full photo view. And then also below that, those are your social media channels. It's just another really great way to allow our users to get to collaborate with you and see what other projects that you may also have. And then as you continuously scroll down, you can see also in your profile, it tells like where your company is located, where you're able to provide services. So if your company is only able to provide services within 1,000 miles of your corporate office, we can indicate that on your profile. So then our users know that right away. So if you're in California and you can only provide services within 1,000 miles, you're not going to really get much attention then with people in New York who you can't really provide as much services to. So that's a great feature as well. And then also we also have a great section, your product type. So what types of products do you guys offer? If you offer a wide variety of products, we want you to include each and every one of them. It's just a great way to show your versatility and also the sectors that you serve. If you guys only provide services to one sector, or if you provide services to pretty much every sector, we want you to also include those in there. And it's a great way for our users to find you, because a lot of times we'll get users that'll just come on and they're like, okay, I'm looking for hospitality. Just because, and so they want to find all the manufacturers that can provide help with their hospitality project. And so it's very important that you guys also include all of that great information. And then the section here where it says photos that were featured in. So Mortar has over 30,000 images on our site. There is a great chance that your product or projects that you have worked on are already on Mortar. And so so this is a great way for you to get credit for all those projects that you have worked on. It also shows really great collaboration that you guys have, that there's a strong team. So if you're a brand manufacturer and you have a company that you work with for installs, and that to show that you guys are a complete product offering, this is a great way to showcase it. And also to show that you work with some really great brands and really great companies. I mean, other designers have appreciated you, or architects, whoever that may be, as well as if you're an architect or a designer, it's really important to showcase all the brands that you work with to show that you use quality products in all of your designs. And this section down here really allows our users to see all of that.
And one of the benefits, I mean, there's many benefits to Mortar, but one of the most exciting ones is the ability to indicate who collaborated with you on a project or who the partners are that you worked with on that. And that's where this comes from, is tagging those professionals, the general contractor, the architects, designers, perhaps, and then also the different products that you've used. So if you know within a project that you worked with a certain window company, we can put that little white dot that you saw before, that little hotspot, you can put that anywhere within the images, and you can indicate who those brands are, where those products actually come from, and it helps to tell that well-rounded story for those users of Mortar.
Yeah. And that's actually another, I know Lindsay talked about her role as a CSM, but that's another great role that the CSM will help you with. So if you give like the CSMs a list of like some manufacturers or designers that you have worked with, they will scroll through the site for you and they will find those projects and tag you in them. And so then it's another thing that they will take care of, and another thing that'll help you get found sooner within Mortar.
Yeah, and I have to say too, I just had a conversation with somebody the other week, a new subscriber here on Mortar. And as I was going through and sharing with them the website, I could see her shoulders start to kind of creep up towards her ears. And so I stopped myself and I said to her, I can see that you're starting to add things to your mental to-do list, but just so you know, everything I'm showing you, I, as a CSM, actually do that for you. And I literally could hear the sigh of relief come out of her, because she is a one-woman marketing team. So, just having that help to know that Mortar, we're trying to help you. We want to take things off your to-do list and really get that visibility to your company, what you do, and your profile and website. So always keep that in mind too, that you have a friendly CSM who comes with these paid subscriptions to really help you with your Mortar experience.
Absolutely. And they also help with a lot of the back end keywording to make sure you get found for every possible product on our site at the same time. And being on Mortar, not only like the CSM, they are great with the back end keywording. And that actually also helps you get found sooner within all the various search engines out there as well. So Mortar helps build your SEO as a company. And so then you also can get found sooner within Mortar as well as in all the various search engines out there.
So let's go ahead and head back up to the top. And I want to show you, or we want to show the global search bar. So this search bar here at the top, it's kind of tagged, or it's at the top of all of our different tabs here. And this is pretty much the number one place that people come to really search what it is that they're looking for here on the platform. So let me go ahead and type in something like, let's say like acoustical panels, for instance. And I just want to show everyone how easy it is for somebody to find what it is that they're looking for. So this global search bar, I didn't even have to hit enter. I typed it in, and down here you can see all the images that have to do with acoustical paneling. You can click here to view more. You can see the professionals who work in that space. Maybe they're the installers, for instance. Or you even have brands here. So these are those products. So like acoustical surfaces, that's what they provide as a brand, as a product, is acoustical paneling. So you can find all of this here, and you can even see acoustical panels being used in all of these different sectors as well. So that's another great feature here on Mortar, is having that global search bar kind of pinned at the top of all of our tabs so that you can easily just do a search and, look for more that you'd like to see.
Absolutely. And then I will like to note that all of our paid subscribers do show up before our free subscribers.
Yes, yes, they do. So great. Well, let's go ahead. I think we've covered everything we have for the site here. So
And just know that this is just kind of a brief overview of what our site is and what the capabilities are. There is a lot more information and capabilities of our site, but in the sake of time, we just kind of hit a few of the points that would probably be most beneficial to you. But there is a lot more information that we can provide you with.
yes. So here we go. All right. Now the fun part of our presentation.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a thank you for coming here today, and we'll still get to your questions, so just hold on one moment. But I did want to let you guys all know that for attending today, we are providing a 10% off of a premium subscription if you book a demo. And so, like I said, we just scratched the surface of our site. There's a lot more benefits. We can provide you with a custom solution for your company that's going to fit, within all of your budgets, whatever it may be. And we just would love the opportunity to meet with one of the friendly Mortar salespeople, to one of the friendly Mortar sales team members as well, and just kind of talk about how we can help you guys as a company. So Lindsay is going to put a link in the chat, and if you simply sign up for a demo with one of us, you will get a 10% discount on our premium subscription.
Great. And I just went ahead and put that in here. So you, by clicking this Calendly link, you just set up a quick chat with one of our team members, and it will be, then you can ask all of the questions that you have. We can go specifically into certain parts of the website just so that you can really understand what Mortar is, how it is a benefit, and really any of those little, even the nitty gritty questions that you have. Make sure jot them down and set up a call with one of our team members.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, thank you for that. Let's go on. Okay, questions. So we've actually had some come in here. So Jenna, feel free to jump in. I'll ask a question. Feel free to jump in, answer it. So somebody asked, what does it cost to be on Mortar?
Yeah, we do have a variety of, we have a subscription that'll fit every single price point, every single budget that may be out there. I mean, we do have a free subscription option. I mean, you can't tell me free doesn't fit into your budget somewhere, but there is also a lot of really great options and variety of ways that we can also help you expand that and expand your presence here on Mortar. If you schedule a meeting with one of our friendly sales team members, we will love to go over that more in detail and find a solution that would fit within your budget.
Great. And we actually had another question come in. So can we as manufacturers and vendors upload projects and do the tags? or do the firms upload these projects? And Jenna, I can go ahead and
Yeah,
answer this one.
absolutely.
So we may have already touched on this when this question originally came in, but anyone can, any company here on Mortar can upload their own projects. Actually, your customer success manager can get the images from you and upload them on your behalf. But as we said before, it's a good chance that some of your products or the projects you've already worked on are already here on Mortar, and you actually have the ability to tag yourself in all of those. And when we went over the profile before, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, that's where all of those images come from. And that's also where you have the list of the companies that each of these subscribers has worked with. So it really tells that full story of, you can see my product used here, and you can see that I've worked with ABC Architect. All of that is captured there within the profile.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have lots of manufacturers on our site that do upload their own images at the same time, from a wide variety of projects that they have worked on. Finished product space photos are just great. And we encourage all of them to put them on there.
Yes. And another question we had too was, how long does it take to get started?
Yeah, absolutely. From the time you basically give us the go ahead, it takes, a matter of just a couple of weeks. Lindsay, maybe let you expand on that because you will be the one that would build out those profiles.
Yes, that would be my team and I. And I always make a point to say that your Mortar profile is living and breathing. So it's never just officially quote unquote done. And I say that because as you have new product lines that you've added or new projects that you've completed, we'll be continuously adding those. But just for the sake of the specific question that was asked, it is just a matter of weeks before you are started here on Mortar. So, we as a CSM team, we do pull even the little things like your logo, a background image, we get your about section, and what we like to do is get that information directly from your website in hopes of capturing the SEO that you're already being found for. And for those out there that don't know, that's your search engine optimization, or like those keywords that Google is already finding you for. We like to incorporate those into your Mortar profile. So it just helps to expand on your searchability out there on, the World Wide Web, we'll say. So, but, back to the point, just a matter of weeks before you're started here on the platform. And we had another question here. So what's the difference between a brand and a pro? So they must have seen the different tabs at the top of mortar.com. And just very easily, we like to say that a brand is somebody who provides a product. That's how we kind of reference, what is a brand? It's somebody that provides the product. And then a pro is the professional that provides a service. That's the easiest way to kind of distinguish between the two. And a brand and a pro, they are ultimately the same profile. The only difference is with a brand profile is when you're able to tag your own product, let's say. So you have the capabilities for both in each of those profiles, but that is how we kind of distinguish between the two. So you provide a product or you provide a service primarily.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm so excited. We're getting some questions in here. Okay, so let's see what we're at. We have just a few minutes left here, but so what about residential work?
Yeah, Mortar really doesn't do anything with residential. We don't do anything with the single family homes, but we will do, like the multi-family living, apartment complexes, senior living communities, those types of residential projects, but just definitely not your single family homes. It's just not something, we leave that to other sites that may be out there.
Yeah, we do. And, but we do consistently have apartment buildings, condo buildings, townhouses. We do have so many of those projects here on the platform, but like Jenna said, it's just those single family homes. Anything, very specific to that is, obviously considered residential. And this is a commercial construction design platform.
Yeah. And then let's get to, there's one other question I see here, and it is, how is Mortar promoting itself to increase awareness and visitation to your site as you grow. So we are doing that in a lot of different ways. One of the ways that we are doing it is with those partnerships that I showed you. We highly encourage with those partnerships is what they do is they actually the organizations are encouraging all of their members to utilize Mortar, to come here to look for ideas and inspiration, find the brands and professionals to work with. But we're also doing a lot of online searches through like Google AdWords, doing a lot of social media, a lot of paid social media, as well as organic. And the same thing goes for all of online sources. We used to do a lot of trade shows and events, but obviously with 2020, that has changed. But we are also doing a lot with like press and media engagement at the same time. And we have a large list of people that actually ask us to email them on a regular basis because they find that Mortar is a place to go to find what's latest and greatest in the industry.
Mhm. Thank you. And we have another question in here too. So how do I know how my profile is performing? And I can answer this one. So you'll know how your profile is performing through monthly data analytics that are sent to you via email. You actually get a handy notification in your profile each month stating that analytics and that data has been sent to your email. And within that, you're able to see how on a monthly basis, how your profile is performing. You know, how are things looking? Have things gone down? Have things gone up? And the best thing about that too is your customer success manager is actually taking a look at those as well and providing feedback. So if you see one month that your profile is just going crazy, you know, bananas, there are so many people viewing it, you see the numbers are spiking, a quick conversation or just via email with your CSM, and we can determine what was done successfully. I mean, did you, put some of your images on the Mortar homepage? You know, did you maybe announce something on social media and link it back to your Mortar profile? So we can really, pinpoint and determine what's being successful in your profile and what's not really working. And as a CSM, we are always emailing consistently with our paid subscribers. And then we like to meet with them. You know, some people like to meet on a quarterly basis. Others like to meet annually around when their subscription's going to be coming up. But your CSM will always put that information together for you, and the two of you will determine, how do we make this profile successful? How do we make this digital marketing effort that you're investing in, how do we make this as big as it possibly can be? So, and with that too, I know something that just came to mind is a lot of questions we'll get is how can you be found before your competitors? So I'm sure everyone out there, you're probably perusing mortar.com right now, and you may be seeing competitors or just other companies that provide a product similar to yours. And we do that through collaborating with your CSM, but also through Mortar Plus opportunities. So I say Mortar Plus because that is, just different media opportunities that you have with the platform. So, putting those images out on mortar.com, or, doing an email blast to, Mortar's database of, I mean, Jenna, can you even fill me in? What number are we at in our data? It's got to be like 60,000 plus or something like that at this point.
Yeah, it's right around that number. And it's filled with decision makers, architects, designers. It's just a great list of professionals in the industry that are all, like I had mentioned earlier, are looking towards Mortar to see what is happening in the industry and what's the latest and greatest product out there. And so it's just a really, Mortar Plus opportunities, and everything on Mortar is completely organic advertising. So you're not going to see any outsiders coming in to advertise on Mortar. It's all purely organic to our subscribers.
Yeah.
So that's a really great benefit.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up, because with all of that native advertising, I mean, especially with holiday shopping going on right now, I'm telling you, Amazon is like following me around to every single web page I'm going to out there. And we don't bother with any of that here on Mortar. We want everything to be that native advertising to subscribers who are paying for this profile, who want to be on the platform. That's where all of that quote unquote advertising space is saved for. So, and we have more questions, but we're running out of time. So please go over to the chat and make sure you you can even copy and paste that link, click that link, and, reserve a quick time to chat with a member of our team just to get all of your questions answered. And then we can really dive into, like the statistics and things like that too. Jenna, anything else you want to share before we kind of close out here?
No, I mean, we would love the opportunity to talk with each and every one of you to kind of get an idea of how Mortar could be a great solution for you and your company. Schedule that meeting with one of us. We could really come up with a customized plan to work for you. And like I said, we can fit every budget as long as free is in there, which
I
let's
know.
face it.
And then just a reminder, this recording will be shared with everybody. Everyone who registered. And then we'll also send over that calendar link just in case you don't get a chance to kind of copy and paste it in your browser right now. We'll send that to you as well in a follow-up email. And then I always like to say is follow Mortar on social. That's where it's the easiest place to find all of the new updates we have coming or on the platform, new subscribers. You can even check out, next webinars. We put all of those dates and times. All that information truly does live on Mortar social pages. So thank you, Jenna, for attending the Mortar Minutes webinar with me. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone out there for being on, and we'll hope to see you soon. So thank you.
Thank you.